And I think hopefully the mic is working. That would be exciting. Let's see how this thing holds up. We should figure out how many balls we have in total and then see how many we can make. I should train one of the dogs to... Some of these are really too far. I should train one of the dogs to go and retrieve the balls. That would certainly be accretive to the live stream, I think. I love having a giant shag bag of extra balls, so I don't have to worry about scuffing the good ones. And these are all, you know, decent balls. A lot of just older Pro V1s. Hopefully you guys can see. But yeah, it actually framed up pretty well. Cool. This might be tougher than I anticipated to actually get one in. I'll tell you what though, off of this brand new mat, you can certainly sizzle it. Oh boy, sculled it. I'm telling you, this is why my chipping needs a lot of work. It's definitely holding me back. I mean, you can't bogey every hole where you miss the green. Oh, that one looks so good. Too soft. Oh, shit. Oh man, now the only thing I'm missing from... Ooh! I thought that was in. I haven't figured out a good way to set up my second screen so that I can see the chats as they come in. Oh! Hey, Farah said hi, Farah. Alleluia said hi. Hopefully you guys can hear me? Yeah, sorry, I just am finding a way to periodically check the chats. Oof. Simmer. Ah. I don't know if that's the right shot to be trying to hit. The high one with the really open face. It's honestly just kind of short. Hole in one when? Yeah, good question, Stretch. This I think we'll get one before the end of the stream. Actually, I'd be really disappointed if we didn't. Speak of the devil, we just made one. What did I say? Just gotta keep hitting them. So that's one. Made one already. That's great. Very cool. But I also, ooh, that one looked really good too. I am still waiting to make a hole-in-one on a real golf course. Never done that yet. Made a bunch of eagles. I've holed out, you know, from the fairway from pretty far. That's it. No hole-in-one though. Let's go. That was pretty electric. Right on cue. Madison said, hey Madison. Thanks for checking out the stream, guys. We're just gonna be chatting, hitting this little chip shot here, answering questions. You know, it's actually gonna be pretty awesome compared to the last space I was streaming in. Look at all this space. I mean, there's just, you can make full swings everywhere, right? I can make them over here. I can make some full swings down here. No low ceilings to worry about. So that's pretty exciting. Can actually, you know, like when people are asking questions about, you know, full swing stuff, I could actually demonstrate, and probably can't hit balls here. Maybe some of those limited flight balls. Oh! Too strong. Too strong. Oh, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about the upgrade in the space. Jay is the man said, what's up? Evan asked why he got so many tattoos. Tom said hi. Hey, Tom in the UK. Very cool. I love having an international audience. My guess is as good as yours, dude. I just woke up one day and I looked like this. It's so crazy. I had no idea it was gonna happen, so it could happen to you. You just gotta be careful, you know? Sit. Oh, that one looks so good. Oh, I thought that was it. I thought that was it. Nope, too soft. Too soft. Oh, too soft again. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine if you just woke up and got new tattoos. That would be wild. Hola, soy Dora. How was that? Si quieres, yo puedo hablar poquito de español, pero en ese momento es difícil para mí practicar mi español. Too strong. Pero yo he pasado tiempo en España y me gusta mucho la gente española y la comida. Let's go! That's number 2. Let's go. We made another one. Let's go. Angela said, what the Sigma? Evan said, say, what? Say I'm Sigma Riz and I'll sub and like. I think you should sub and like because we made the second hole-in-one on the stream already. I think these are newfangled young people terms that I'm not meant to understand. When you're on the wrong side of 30, like I am. Go in. Oh, that looks so good. We are gonna have to count. Maybe we'll try to get an even 100 golf balls and then see how many we make over the course of a stream. We're at 2. We should have a little like counter. Find somebody to code that in. Go in. Oh, that one looked good, guys. That one looked so good. Cyclone really wants me to say a curse word. No, I'm having too much of a good time to need to do that at the moment. I think there are great times to curse. Like if you stub your toe, I think they've said, you know, oh, that one looked pretty good too. You do recover more quickly from unexpected pain by cursing. Oh, that one looked really good too. Ooh, right off the top of the rim. I'm not a big, curse all the time unless it's necessary. Can you say hi, Evan? I can definitely say hi, Evan. Swear every time you miss. No, I'd be swearing a lot. Ali said, nice tattoos. Thank you very much. Go. Up to 2 makes already, guys. Going. Oh! Oh, I thought that was in too. We're really getting it dialed in here. Ah, too firm. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying hanging out, shout out to Evan. Feel free to like and subscribe, all that good stuff, right? We are hurtling towards 1,000 subs already. So insane, guys. I'm very grateful for all the support. I think we just passed month 4. This is like our 4-month anniversary of the channel, and to almost be at 1,000 subs already. 1.3, 1.4 million views on the channel. I mean, if you told me that, like when I started 4 months ago, I'd be like, no, it's impossible. But, oh, I thought that was gonna go in too. Yeah, I mean, credit to you guys. Like, it just, the streams, they're super supportive. Makes it really fun to hang out. I'll catch up here. Maishi said, guys, my mom said to be nice and to chat. Shout out to Maishi's mom. Cyberslade, there it is. Good ball, Johnny. Hey, Mr. Random. What's up, Mr. Random? Cyberslade. Beast Boy said hi. What's up, Beast Boy? George Swear, Marty McFly. Hey, Mr. Random said hi. Clark Kent asked if I'm good enough for heaven. I don't know. We're hopefully not going to find out for a while. Like, at least maybe till tomorrow. Oh, I try to be a good guy, be good to people, and I think that's really all you can do. Go. Oh, let's go, guys. Number 3 already. That's the 3rd make. We just are getting started. That was very... Life with Darnell. Wishing you all the growth and success with your channel. Keep up the great work. Hope you're having an amazing day. What a nice comment, Darnell. Thank you so much. What a nice comment. See? That's what not to toot my own horn, but like, I love gassing people up like that, right? It's, it feels good for Darnell. It feels good for me. It's selfish to some extent. Like, every time you drop a comment on something or you're going to, respond to somebody's message, just think like, can I make this 1 notch nicer? You usually can. Without being obnoxious, but, Yeah, shout out to Darnell for a nice comment. Thanks, dude. Ah, too soft. 3 makes already. I had no idea. This is our first time trying this little chipping challenge. Oh, I thought that was another one. But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, just the the support from you guys, that was almost in too. I'm not a very social person by nature, so it's pretty intimidating to think that there's often like a couple hundred people watching me do this stuff. But the fact that everybody is, you know, generally pretty cool and nice and supportive, you know, that's the audience that I'm trying to curate anyway. And I think it makes it so much easier to just, you know, be less anxious about performing and go. Trying to get a little more height on these to give ourselves the best chance. Sit. So shout out to you guys. I mean, just being an awesome audience, making this really fun and engaging for me. We're gonna have to go down there and collect the balls before too much longer. Let me catch up here. Clark, don't you mean enough? Cyberslade said yes. Say one curse word. I will eventually, but it has to, you have to earn it. It's not just, I can't just do that. Mathematics, oh, we're gonna just get him out of here. It's your girl. I love your tattoos. Shout out to Eva. Thank you very much. Cyberslade, yes you can. All liars have their part in the lake of fire. Clark, I'm down with whatever you're into, my dude, but just not, I don't think this is the space for that. It's not, like if I just came into your house and was like, listen, dude, TaylorMade golf clubs are the absolute best in the world, okay? And, you know, here's what the book says about why they're the best clubs. And you'd be like, well, maybe I'm into that, but not if you just burst into my house and start shouting. So, I mean, I want this to be a place that everybody feels comfortable to hang out and, you know, drop chats. Cyberslade, love you, bro. What am I drinking? Polar Seltzer, lime flavor, absolute best. Like my number one, if you said like last drink you'd have to have, I'd say Polar Seltzer, lime flavor. Go. I think I saw Adventure ask, what's my favorite club? Let me make sure I read that comment right. Sorry, I have to keep bouncing back and forth. Oh, Adventure Brothers. Hey, dude. Welcome back. Wait, did I not do this right? Oh, that's what I gotta do. Yeah. What's my favorite club and what is your handicap? My handicap is trending up like towards 1, I think. Cyclone says I'll give you $100 if you cuss. If you, I'll say something, I'll say a cuss word if you donate $100 to charity. Oh. Sit. Sit. All right, got to dial it back in here. 3 makes already. Oh, went right under it. Still adjusting to chipping off a mat like this. Go. Ooh. Oh, I forgot about Adventure Brothers' question. I'm so sorry. Oh, that one looked good. We answered the handicap question. My favorite club, it's, I mean, broadly speaking, like probably the driver. I've been testing out a couple different ones. This is the Max Head from last year, the QI10 that I've been trying out. Still a little worried about the spin. You know, you can hit some absolute fucking bombs with this thing. So I'd say drivers, I mean, I haven't had this long enough to say it's like actually my favorite club, but I would say driver is like the in the bag is probably my favorite. But you guys might have seen the short already. I posted a short about it. But the coolest club that I'm most excited about, you know what, we can go ahead. We hit this so well today that we're gonna take the wrapper off, right? This has already been used, but you know, keep this on just in case you don't like it and it needs to, go to its next home. But this is a 7-wood, guys. New QI35 7-wood. I'm hoping this will give me a little more versatility than the 2-iron, especially for, I hit the ball far enough that I'm trying to hit a lot of like 220 to 260 shots into par 5s. And I have a great club in the 5-wood that goes, like 240, 245 in the air. But I felt like something that goes, 220 or 225 in the air with a higher, higher flight and profile. This is a low spin shaft. I think this is the Dark Wave, an X Flex. It's just an incredibly attractive golf club. So I'm really excited to have this one in the bag. I love this Cyclone. Is so hyped up. Yeah, see, it's in there, right? Leslie Smith said hi. Hey, Leslie. Tim said oil it up first. Adventure said, do you think I can go from shooting 105 consistently to breaking 90 consistently in a year? Oh, I absolutely do. I think, number one, like pretty much anything is possible. I think, start with identifying like what are the things that are currently holding you back, the most. Without ever seeing you hit a golf ball, right? The statistics tell us that it's mostly double bogey avoidance, right? So making fewer doubles, triples, others, right? The really big scores because you hit it out of bounds or hit it in a penalty area. Double bogey avoidance is the thing that lowers your scores the fastest, right? It's not making more birdies, it's not making more pars, it's just making fewer big numbers. So it's definitely possible. I'm glad that Cyclone is so happy. Is your thing pink or what? You might have to explain your question better, Billy, so I can answer you, but anyway, yeah, the 7-wood I think is definitely going to find its way into the bag pretty quickly here. Just like a totally different ball flight with the same amount of distance. Certainly it's going to be much harder to flight it down, and I love hitting that stinger. Maybe I'll have both in the bag, right? And take out the 4-iron or something. I hit 5-iron 205. It's not like having a club that goes perfectly 10 yards further is always super useful. That's it. But we'll see. I mean, that's part of what's exciting about trying to figure all this out, and that's it. Oh. On 3 makes already. Oh, went under it. Oof. Got to get dialed back in here. That's it. No. Too hard. Oh, anybody playing golf this weekend? I know I'm not, because it's going to rain for 2 straight days. That's it. Although I did get out and play this morning, which was pretty cool. Oh, my playing partners were a combined 247 years old. They were all these really cool guys in their 80s and me. And they just, they were like childhood friends. They'd known each other for, 75 years. And, as you could tell, they had a lot of, stories and, a lot of experience, right? They were all, also you could tell, I mean, certainly at that age, oh, guys, it lipped out. It lipped out. It hit the edge of the bucket and lipped out. That would have been the 4th make already. Ooh. Cyberslade said, I heard a ball there without a ball actually being there. Bane said hi. Jim and Dane, I am chipping. Short game and driving. I think he was answering Adventure Brothers question. What is your favorite thing to practice in golf? Good question. My favorite thing to practice is driver, because it's the thing I'm the best at, and you know, it's fun to just let it loose and do speed training and try and hit the ball as far as you possibly can. That's my favorite thing. It's not the thing that makes me better the most. So I try to, although, sneak peek, I think it's supposed to still arrive tonight, but I have one of the net returns, you know, the Bryson, the one ball net return, that's either gonna be going up here or, you know, in some space I have in here. So we're gonna be actually able to stream, you know, full swings, like speed training, drivers. I'm super excited to be able to do that. Sit. I do love short game practice too, though, because I think it definitely allows for more creativity in my mind, right? Like, you know, there's 6 different trajectories and flights you can hit to get a ball close around the green. Like, you don't need 6 different shots with driver, right? You need one really good one, is my take. Oh man, is the rain coming? Is this the rain that they were warning us about? Cyclone left the chat. Hey, Jack. I hope this isn't the rain they told us about. This stream might be ending abruptly. We're gonna go until the very last moment. Oof. I wouldn't say I like practicing putting, because I just generally find it frustrating. Not practicing it necessarily, but just putting in general. Like, I missed 2 putts inside of 4 feet today, you know, and still put up a score in the mid-70s. And just like, I'm leaving so many shots out there on the green, which is pretty frustrating. But just gonna try and stick with it and keep doing the things I've been doing to get better. Go. Oh, that one looked pretty good. 3 makes so far as we come to the end of this first batch. Oh, sculled it. Too hard. Oh, let me catch up on the chat here quick. Wow, it's getting dark in a hurry. I feel like there's a big storm coming. Rain cleanses the warrior's soul. Carry on. Hey, that is good advice. I like that advice. I'm more worried about the electronic equipment than anything. I'm not worried about me. So, when I was in high school, I used to love trying to be like an ultra hardo and go like hit balls in the pouring rain. My mother would drive me to the range and just sit in the car while I was the only one out there hitting balls. Oh. Other than having to get used to the, you know, the turf interaction with the mat, right? It's obviously like about as, you know, like firm as you could get. I'm really happy with this padding that we have underneath there. All right, let's see if we can make another chip before we get rained out. Appears to be happening rapidly, but we'll see. Sit. Oh, that one looked pretty good, didn't it? All right, I think that is the end of the first batch. 3 of all those attempts, pretty good. Where did I get the turf? Does it feel realistic? I think it feels really firm, you know, like fairway lie. Like really firm. Not realistic, like chipping off of a fringe maybe might be, you know, where the ball kind of sits up. I think this mat will be perfectly fine for, you know, full swings and hitting, you know, even up to like 40, 50 yard wedge shots. It's just not really meant to be, like I'm also trying to open the face to get some height under it to, like I'm hitting a shot you would never hit off of a firm lie. To try and make it into the bucket. Well, I will say, pretty encouraging directionally. I mean, if there was a few offline and a few that hit the bucket, but you know, my 10-yard chip shots, I'm starting them online. There's something to be said for that, I suppose. I honestly feel like it would be easier if I moved the bucket further, because then I could play it with a square face and just hit it a little harder and it would get the trajectory that way. Oh, I don't think I realized how many shag balls we had accumulated. This is a nice resource to have. What I actually need is like a miniature version of a range picker, you know? Like a Tonka truck size one. I could just hop on, do a couple passes. Oh, if you guys have been enjoying hanging out and you haven't already liked and subscribed, it's a great time. They just lowered the price again to $3.99. Don't look at me, I don't make the price. But yes, it's a great deal. It means a lot to me. We're racing towards 1,000 subscribers. So rapidly running out of OG tickets, if you will. All right, let's dump these out. Hope that rain holds off for another few minutes. I'm happy to answer, you know, swing questions, strategy questions. You know, talking about it with you guys helps me some too. Let's try this even a little further. I want to try to find like an angle where it will sit nicely. Yeah, something like that. All right. Yeah, I can't tell you guys how excited I am to be able to just do full swing work basically whenever I want. To be able to hit balls, you know, I have a little launch monitor that I think will work decently well, at least to do like some consistent speed training. So you guys will see me out here doing some of that, I think, over the summertime. Got the speed protocol kind of locked and loaded to get started whenever we can. Of course, like we'll do some baseline stuff, see where the club head speed is at. 31 likes on the stream, guys. Shout out to you guys. Adventure Brother said, if you could give one piece of advice in golf, what would it be? One piece of advice. It's not worth getting upset about. Like I used to be, you know, so upset with myself if I didn't play my absolute best or if I, you know, made mistakes, and I think it really held me back from playing better golf. You know, the mental side of it is a real thing. And the sooner you learn that, like, you know, it's not life and death, and you know, to just be grateful for the time outside, and that would be my best one piece of advice if you made me pick one. I think Smokey had a good question about club head speed. Let me check in here. Cyberslay, thank you, that's a very nice comment. Smokey, I'm a noob at golf, I need some tips to hit it farther. Jim said, did you hit that ball? No, I did not. I'm not making full swings into the woods. Matt says, awesome tattoos. Thanks, Matt. Very nice. So Smokey, one tip, well, if you're just getting started and you're trying to hit it further, you know, it's before you start worrying about, you know, can I swing the club faster, and can I, you know, maybe get in the gym and do some mobility stuff. The easiest way to kind of immediately get some distance gains is to, number one, strike the center of the club face, right? So with your driver, you know, if you're not consistently hitting it in this, you know, I don't know, 1/2 inch square area, you're gonna lose distance if you're hitting it, you know, out on the toe or on the heel. So, you know, my advice is to, even when you're practicing, slow down until you are consistently finding the center club face. Because that will immediately kind of increase your ball speed even for the same amount of club head speed. Also, I mean, I guess if you say noob when you like are just getting started playing, or you know, you're a 15 handicap and you know, you're just trying to start improving your driving. Too strong. Too strong again. Oh, too hard. Way too hard. Hopefully that helps, Smokey. That would be where I would start. Oh, that one looked pretty good, didn't it, guys? That one looked pretty dang good. 36 likes. Matt says, what is your go-to shot out of rough around the green? Then Only King Gaming said, what up, Only King? And Cyberslate, I want to come back to your question because that's very interesting, and I love hearing about other people who do, you know, things like that aren't golf at a high level. Like, you know, I look like a complete moron on a drum set, but I want to circle back to that because that's a great question. My go-to shot out of rough around the green, I like to open the face a lot, right? I have this, you know, a grind on these wedges with a lot of toe and heel relief. So out of rough, I really like to open the face and make a bigger swing, almost like you're hitting a bunker shot. And especially out of rough, I feel, you know, in a very different way than when you have a good lie in the fairway, where I like to, you know, really give it some speed and then just kind of let the club fall, and that will really, you know, help spin it, or, you know, give the club a lot of speed relative to how far you'll end up hitting it. But out of rough, I think it's important to give it some speed at the bottom and, you know, really make sure that you are getting it out and onto the green, right? Mission number one, always if you're green. Double chips, triple chips, that's how you make those huge numbers we were just talking about that will blow up your scores. So my advice is, rather than worrying about, like, you know, especially out of rough, right? Your goal is just to get it inside a 10-foot circle and try to make a putt, right? If you're in greenside rough, you know, you're going to be, depending on where you're at, you know, still having to make like a 5 to 10 foot putt to say par. But that's completely irrelevant, right? You can never say, you can't make a 15-footer to save par if you don't get it on the green. So what I was circling back to is find a shot that you feel like you can execute pretty consistently around the green. And for me, that's that, like, you know, open the face, give it a little more speed, right? Make sure that it gets up and out and onto the green. And just develop a shot that you can execute pretty consistently. Now I'm just demonstrating because that clearly was a football field away from going in the basket. So hopefully that's helpful, Matt. Christian fam said hi. Hey, Christian. Cyberslade, tell me more about the techniques that you are talking about. Oh, about slowing it down. Practice technique slow. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think it's like you can swing at full speed or you can try to change your swing. I don't think you can do both at the same time, right? That's why you guys have, you know, some of the drills I posted and a lot of the stuff I do at the range, you know, when I'm trying to really work on positions, right? You know, I might have a 6-iron and try to hit it 80 yards, right? And go at like 25% speed, but really make sure that I'm, you know, accomplishing the goal, which for me recently, you know, the thing I was trying to tweak or dial into my swing was the club head was getting a little bit this way, kind of inside on the takeaway. And then I have to steepen it on the way down and, you know, kind of make some adjustments. So when I was working on that, like Slade is saying, right, I was going super slow, right? A lot of, you know, rehearsals, exaggerating the technique to really, you know, like feel how it's different than what I was doing before. Because these are, you know, grained motor patterns. You know, I'm sure you've hit thousands and thousands and thousands of beats on your drums the same way I've hit thousands of golf balls at a driving range. So in order, you know, to change that, you have to do it slow, in my opinion. Right, and a lot of, you know, exaggerated rehearsals, and this is a great thing you can do at the driving range too if you're trying to work on your technique. You know, if you say like, oh man, and I say this myself sometimes, like, can you believe they're getting $15 for a large bucket of balls? Well, you know, make use of the time, and if you're gonna, you know, invest in your game, you know, you can make 2 rehearsals or 2 practice swings for every one that you actually hit, right? So you can effectively triple the amount of practice you're doing, and it's that same idea of just going and trying to, you know, feel how, like, what am I doing differently? How does that feel different than what I'm used to? And trying to key in on that and really use that as a driver to change your technique. Yeah, Cyberslade, exactly. Dedicated to the same thing. I talk about that a lot when I was doing a lot of, you know, short putting, right? And I would use drumming's a great example too, but, you know, like free throws, right? It's the same idea of just showing up at the gym by yourself. You know, no one's gonna pat you on the back, and I just would, you know, on my Pels tutor, hit 6 foot. You guys sometimes, right, on the stream, and that, you know, it's boring, it's monotonous, but it's just trying to ingrain that technique to achieve, you know, a level where, you know, the mistake is the exception, right? You know, you're performing at a 99% level. Error-free baseball, you could call it, which we know isn't going to happen, right? You know, I missed a couple short putts today, but I also made some, and, you know, all of the investment in practicing, you know, just because the result in that one, that could be the 1 out of 100, right? It's still going to happen, but you're increasing your odds. That's it. That's all this is, right? You know, me and a 20 handicapper could hit 100 balls on the range, and a few of them are going to look similar, right? The difference is that, you know, the ones that they are missing, or, you know, compared to my misses, we're just talking about, you know, narrowing band of outcomes. That's what, you know, improving your skill is. Everybody has the potential to, you know, hit their best shot. Adventure Brothers said, what's a good drill to stop balls? Great question. So you're talking about, you know, like ground contact as a skill, right? You know, if you break the golf swing into different components, right? Like, you can have a beautiful, you know, on-plane delivery and stuff, but if you're, you know, not able to deliver the club into the ball correctly, you know, as it relates to the ground, right? This idea of ground contact as a skill, it doesn't matter what you do up here, right? You know, there's a skill involved as well. My best advice for you, Adventure Brothers, is get something like I'll use a glove to demonstrate, right? You know, you could grab a towel, or a piece of tape, right? And you put that down, you know, somewhere behind your ball, right? Maybe about a club head length, you know, so one club head, something like that. And all you're gonna do when you're practicing is make short swings, right? Make, you know, little kind of waist to waist type swings to start. And you're just gonna focus on not hitting that, you know, like I just did. Oh my God, and it went in the bucket too. That's incredible. Didn't see that coming, did you guys? But you're trying to use this as a mechanism to train yourself to hit the ball solidly, right? You know, if you're topping it, that means you're playing, you know, you're swinging over the top of it. If you're chunking it, that means, you know, you're hitting the ground back here before the ball. So give yourself, you know, this isn't perfect, right? I recommend like a piece of tape or a towel. And you just set it there and you give yourself, you know, a nice incentive to clip it, right? And that's the, you know, you're training that skill of ground contact and how the, you know, how you are delivering the club into the ball as it relates to the ground. Matt Molnar says, do you ever listen to music when you play? Yeah, sometimes. Definitely sometimes. I think it depends on, you know, the vibe and who you're playing with. And, but yeah, absolutely. I think there's, you know, I find it very confusing when people get upset about stuff like that. Like, I don't know, unless, you know, someone's blaring music in your ear, you know, that you can hear from 3 holes away, which is just, you know, like that's bad behavior to begin with. Then yeah, I just don't see why, you know, how, if it doesn't impact your life. Well, I think the golf gods looked over us and they said, we're not going to let it rain just yet on you because we're having fun on the stream. So anyway, Adventure Brothers, hopefully that drill is helpful, you know, as it relates to your question about, you know, the ground contact. Cyberslade said, yo, good shit. Do you play hockey? No, I don't, not anymore, but I did for a long time. And I have all the, oh, I thought we made another one. Got all the scars and surgeries and stuff to prove it. But I was like a, you know, B+ average, like, you know, varsity high school hockey player. I wasn't ever gonna do anything with hockey, especially not after all the head injuries. I mean, sheesh. I think if I had a kid now, I'd be, I mean, you gotta let them do what they want, but man, it's like, we don't let our year-olds smoke cigarettes anymore, but yet we're like, you know, go bash your head into hard objects at high speed. It'll be fine. I don't know, it's a tough one. I'm certainly anxious about, like, you know, will I have repercussions from, you know, double-digit head injuries later in my life? But I think that's also a thing you worry about when the time comes. Davoud Salmov, thumbs up. Hey, Davoud. Thank you for answering my questions, but I do have to go. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you very much, Adventure Brothers. Great questions, and thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Very cool stuff. Things have changed for sure. Yeah, I just, well, at some level they have. We are, oh my goodness, this is gonna happen live on the stream, guys. I think this is the net. Oof. Just leave it there. Thanks, dude. Ah, that one looked pretty good to me. Wow. Should we open it up live on the stream? That could be cool. That present said hi. Hey, present. What's up? 46 likes. You guys are out of your mind. This is going to set a new record for live stream likes, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure about the... Do not open with sharp object. That is generally good advice, I think. I'm not going to make you guys watch me build this because that would be pretty boring. But we'll do this as like a little sneak peek, right? Check this out. Net return. I am hyped to have this thing set up. Maybe even tonight. Maybe after I get some food, and maybe we'll come back out and set this up inside and start doing some actual hitting of balls. We could hit the balls into the net. I mean, that could be cool. Boss Girl and the best YouTuber said hi. Well, we might be tied because I think I'm the best YouTuber. No, I'm just kidding. I am still very much learning and trying to get better at this and make stuff that people think is interesting and informative. And oh, that looked really good in the air. Yeah, that was pretty cool, you know? Yeah. When the male guy shows up live on the stream, right? I mean, this is, you can tell this is some solid, this is gonna be a hardy piece of equipment. That's probably actually in the way. Yeah. Lancelot said hi, he's a new YouTuber. Welcome to YouTube, Lancelot. I can still consider myself a new YouTuber. I'm only on month 4, like 4 months in. I started in January. So I still feel pretty new to it. I'm still learning, you know, how to get better and make stuff that's interesting. Sit. Yeah, go check out Lancelot's page if you guys are into his stuff. That's 3-ply cardboard right there. Yeah. The other crazy thing is I ordered that like a day or 2 ago. I mean, it came very quickly for a pretty large package. Hit it with a lob wedge. I am using a lob wedge. This is my Vokey 60 degree. There you go. My favorite, my precious. You see, the headlights come on. Oh, that looks pretty good. Go in. Oh. No, I'm only chipping them to the bucket here. I'm live on the internet. So, we're just, oh, don't worry. We'll catch up in a minute. It's gonna be dark soon, so. The rain has held off, which is pretty exciting. Oh, that was close. 51 likes. You guys are going nuts. Coming up on the top of the hour. Oh, it looks way lighter on the camera than IRL, which is interesting. Man, I'm almost hoping it's dark soon so that I have a reason to go set up that net. Go. Although I have really been enjoying streaming, some great questions. Shout out to Cyberslade especially. Just vibing for, wow, that looks really good. Wow, pretty cool too that the delivery happened while we were live. You guys were all here. Man, I can just see how much spin there is on these balls, you know, when you're clipping it with the face wide open off of a turf mat. I mean, come on. It's gonna just absolutely sizzle. I was actually having a tough time around the greens this morning when I was out there playing. It's just because they were so spinny. I mean, I think a few of them, you know, I was chipping into like a lot of grain and maybe I just misread the grain. But man, I hit a lot of chips that I was like, that's got to run out, and it just grabbed. That's it. Whoa, look at all those bugs. That's kind of crazy. F you, love you. Yeah, I think that's I would say that's all of my closest friends. Nope. Nope, bounced. Using too much bounce, or not enough. I mean, I could presumably hit shots out to like 40 yards from here. Maybe even a little further. I have to, you know what? Why am I wondering? We have the technology, guys. It's right here. It was a couple feet away. We have the technology. Burke has said sick leg ink. Thank you. It is still very much in progress. I mean, I still have another like 20 hours to go on this leg, and I've been putting it off. 40 yards exactly to the end of the grass. Yeah, I mean, we could really dial in some cool drills, chipping off of here, right? Like a 10, 20, 30, 40 yard type chipping drill. If you guys can't tell, we've really been working on the club twirl, right? I don't recommend you club twirl 8-yard pitches, but you can. Oh, hit the bucket. Oh, too hard. I should probably go pick those up before I forget about them. Oh, that one looked really good in the air. So I know exactly why some of these balls are in the shag bag, because, yeah, like somebody gave me this. Some of these balls are insanely soft compared to what I'm used to hitting. Speaking of which, oh, sadness, we've spilled some Polar Lime Seltzer, and that is an absolute disgrace. 56 likes. You guys think we're gonna get to 60? That would be insane. I bet behind the left knee hurt. Yeah, oh yeah, it really did. That wasn't very fun. Although I will say the area of getting tattooed that I liked the least was probably sternum, like right on my chest plate. That was not very fun. I'm excited that I don't have to do that one again. That's it. But for better or worse, you guys don't get to see that one. All right, I'd love to make one more before we run out of daylight. Oh, too firm. Too firm. Whoa. That is what I was trying to do a little, but not to that extent. Yeah, these Wilson balls are super spinny. Look at that. Just like hitting a marshmallow. All right. Hot Lop one. This is a flex dog just chilling on a Thursday. Yeah, I'm fortunate that I have a flexible career that I can kind of work when and where I need to. And today was a light day, so I did, oh, that one looks so good. So I did a lot of golf stuff. I did 18 holes this morning, first thing. Nice 650 tee time. And then, yeah, had a couple meetings in the afternoon. And then went out and got this set up. Oh, too firm. So yeah, good way to spend a Thursday, no doubt. Oh, wow, that one had a chance. Cyberslade says, I have a spine tattoo. First 3 weren't so bad. The last 4 going up to the shoulder blades were something else. Yeah, that sounds not very fun. Just so you guys know, I mean, as an audience, like the Outperformance, I think the next closest amount of likes that we had on a live stream was like 30, 28 or 30. So we're more than double that already. Oh, I thought that was it. I really thought that was it. Gosh, I can't. I really feel like I have to make one for you guys before. Nope, too firm. Wow, I really thought that was going to be it. Too firm. Man, yeah, I got a 6-hour shoulder tattoo, and by the end of that, I was definitely pretty tired and was like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. But I've never had one on my spine. I have had needles in my spine though. I've had cortisone shots in my lower back. That's a pretty unpleasant experience too, I will say. Just like a guy jamming a needle around in your spine, trying to, you know, use the x-ray machine to make sure that the needle's lined up right, and your brain's like, bro, don't wiggle that needle too much, you know? I don't know what's gonna happen back there. I'd like to walk out of here, sir. Yeah, that was pretty unfun. Eagle said hi. Let's go. Cyberslade gassing us up. Like and subscribe. Incredible. Yeah, I'm super grateful for all the new subscribers. Like I said, we are just racing towards 1,000 subs. Somebody asked what club. This is our 60 degree. It's 2 years old at this point. It's definitely, it's been used. It's got some wear on her. So 60 degree. Raya said, this is a rich man's pastime. Stop it right now, buddy. LOL. I wish that were true. I would love to be super rich and be able to just like solve problems, right? I mean, we know the cost of, you know, like it costs $30 billion to solve world hunger. We're just not doing that because nobody wants to, but like there are a bunch of individual people out there who could, if they decided to be like, you know, I'm gonna make it my mission to pick one of these problems, you know, homelessness or any of the various crises that are ongoing, and just be like, this is my personal mission to eradicate that, you know, thing from society, and I have the resources personally to make that happen. I feel like it's crazy more people don't do that. Like Bill Gates, when he was like, we're just not gonna have malaria in Africa anymore, and I'm gonna spend as much money as it takes to get rid of malaria in Africa. I think he was just in the news again for saying that they were going to give away all their money. Go in. Oh! No, I'm still working for a living. Hey Vritwick, what's up, my dude? Where am I practicing? This is outside of my house. Gorlock, that is a very interesting comment. I'm not gonna know how to read that. A passion is a passion. There's no age, no amount of money that's worth happiness and passion. Adventure Brothers is back. Did I make any more? No, not since. I think we made 3 on the last batch and none so far. So I think, yeah, I think you saw all the 3 that we made. If Gorlock is being out of pocket in the chat, you guys got to tell me, because this is not a democracy. This is, oh, too hard. This is supposed to be a cool chat where anybody can kind of say what they want to say. Oh, too firm. You made one when you put the glove down to show me a drill and made it so that's... Oh, yes, you're exactly right. Won this batch. Cyberslade, gassing people up. Okay. Yep, good shout, Adventure Brothers. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with Cyberslade. I mean, just the older you get, you realize... And I've talked about this on the stream before, right? But I left a career a year ago where I was making a ton of money, you know, like... really a crazy amount of money. And I was like, you know what? I don't think this is the thing I want to do to spend my time. And I don't think it's making the world better. And I said, you know what? I'm just not going to do it anymore. And I walked away from it. And I've had people tell me, like, you are a lunatic. Like, that's the American lottery, right? Is you just get a great job that someone's going to, you know, pay you to do a thing. And take the healthcare and just like go, oh, wow, that one looked good. And, you know, like, what are you whining about? And I was just like, no. I mean, sometimes you have to do things that aren't in your own interest to, you know, to believe in things. And I didn't believe anymore that that work was worthwhile or making the world better. And all the other stuff just didn't matter after that. So now I get to work with fits and people that are really doing cool stuff in the world. You know, helping sick people, helping sick kids. Go in. Ah, too firm. And yeah, I just think, you know, if you're gonna be principles, then you have to be willing to do things that aren't in your own interest. Because in like 100 years, we're all going to be gone, and, you know, like maybe some people from your extended family will care about that, you know, or the stuff you did, but like, you know, I don't think in 50 years I'm going to wake up and be like, man, really glad I spent all that time working and like not hanging out with my family and my friends and, you know, doing things like golf that I care about that make me happy. I just... I thought that was it. I really thought that was it. Oh, went right under it. That's when you really use the bounce. Oh man, I cannot wait to get this net set up. It is going to be very cool. Adventure Brothers gassing us up, trying to get us to 75 likes. I mean, again, just think about yourself as an audience and the amount of outperformance. Oh. All right, guys, last one. Oh, can't end on that one. Gotta give it a better chance than that. One more opportunity to subscribe to the channel, like the stream, drop a comment, drop a chat. Thank you guys so much, seriously, for all the support. It's truly incredible. I live one day at a time because it's all I know exists at that moment. I hope for 50 years, but you never know if you'll make tomorrow. Live your best life, have no regrets. Yeah, I completely agree with that, Cyberslade. Yep, you know, time is kind of an illusion, right? We have right now. Hey, Maxton Hubbard's back in the chat. Adventure Brothers, do you have a wife and how long have you been married?